I'm thinking maybe to put this on YouTube. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Open for everything.
All right, cool. That's okay. So yeah, maybe put on YouTube. Definitely will make it into a short or anything. But yeah, it was just briefly just to for the people to get to know us, to get to know you, to get to know me. Because again, we're trying to promote a camp we're doing in Hong Kong. Yes, we've got people signed up already, but we kind of want people to get to understand who they're being coached by, even on a deeper level, or at least a little bit deeper than just the faces and the accolades and stuff. So yeah, so I guess before we start, I'll talk about the camp we're doing in Hong Kong, Central Hong Kong. Am I right or wrong, Nelson? Central Hong Kong. The camp is going to be, 24th to 25th of April. So if you're around in Hong Kong, feel free to reach out to either me or Nelson at CTLB.
Yeah, CTLB.
_ What's your Instagram handle?
Official. _official.
Official. Yeah. So CTLB.
There's no fans page.
All right, nice. And then we, of course, game-based trading. So, thanks for making this happen, man. Really do appreciate it. Do you want to introduce yourself? Give the people kind of a rough, small introduction. Whatever you got, man.
Me first?
Yeah.
First?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you mean introduce you or introduce me first?
No, introduce yourself. So I'm introducing you. So I've kind of passed you the mic, and I'm like, Nelson, you go for it. Like, tell the people who you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm a coach trainer in Hong Kong right now. I'm working in Division A1. Yeah, with the team called Tycoon. And before that, I was working with a professional teams in China NBL. Yeah, and called Hong Kong Bulls. Yeah, mostly I'm working in Hong Kong teams because I'm living in Hong Kong. Hong Kong people, raised up in Hong Kong. Yeah, everything in Hong Kong. So that's me. Yeah, and also I'm also in Hong Kong. There are not much what we call full-time coach for one club. So we also will have some. I need to coach the kids and teenagers. Yeah, in school or in some organizations. Yeah. So and for me, I was playing basketball before. Right now, I still playing, but not as much as before. Yeah, and I'm 28 years old now. Okay, your turn.
That was good. So yeah, I'd say for me, my name's Daniel. Of course, for people that don't know, I run game-based training. Game-based training is 2 years old. But before then, I've been coaching, so very similar to you, coaching kids. I've never actually coached at a professional club. But I mean, yeah, coach kids in schools beforehand. I've got, I'd say six years of coaching. So with game-based, coach individuals, groups. I coach professional athletes. I have coached an NBA player, ex-NBA players. I coach beginners. I coach really, really small toddlers. So I have a kind of like a very diverse clientele, which is very exciting, and it brings a new challenge every day. I also coach in the school as well. High school teams, 11 to 18-year-olds. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're trying to grow game-based. We do have a lot of online presence. We're trying to build that up. I've got an online program that I am working on and, developing every single year. What else do we do? I think that's pretty much it. And then, yeah, obviously traveling the world. Coming to Hong Kong for me is definitely going to be a first and a very interesting experience. Oh yes, playing experience. I haven't spoken about that. So playing experience. I used to play professional basketball. Played in 5 different countries. Was paid to play in Spain, Italy, Sweden, Denmark, and Ireland. So yeah, I've got professional playing experience, and yeah, I just love basketball. Picked up at 14. Yeah, I don't want to keep going on, but that's it. That's it for now. And then obviously when I come over, if you guys want to meet me, you know, we can get it going. So, all right, cool. So, did you change the questions or did you add your own questions?
I add some of my questions and I will brainstorm some
You
during
brainstorm.
the podcast. Yeah, bring some question.
Okay.
Actually, I want to raise a question.
You want to raise
Yeah.
a question. So for those of you that don't know that are watching, so for those of you that don't know who are watching, we're actually going by a set of questions that we both came up with. So I'm just for the first time I'm seeing his list, so it's a bit different to mine. But yeah, throw a question, man.
Yeah, I just want to see. I want to see the highlights. Yeah, is there any highlights when you're playing? Yeah, you know, in Hong Kong, most of the kids, the first thing they ask, "Coach, can you dunk?" Yeah, this is the first thing they ask. Yeah, can you dunk?
Yeah. I could send the highlights. I'll put the highlights somewhere. I don't know how I'll do it, but I'll put it somewhere. But yeah, my highlights are there. If you type in my name, Daniel Njuka, is there on YouTube. So yeah.
Click to the link.
All right, cool. Let me throw a question. Okay, how did you get into coaching, Nelson?
Me, I am when I'm in university, I studied in the Bachelor of Education, Physical Education. So there are a lot of we call the seniors. Yeah, the seniors. Yeah, they're going to be a teacher in school in Hong Kong. Yeah, but before that, because we have a lot of seniors or graduates there from the schools, so they can offer a lot of coaching spots for different sports. Yeah. So, for example, there's a graduate. He asked me, "Can you coach my school? Yeah, coach for my school and bring my kids to enhance their level, both lives and their basketball skills." Yeah, and then sure, and then I said, "Yeah, sure, okay." And then this starts my coaching. Yeah, and most of my schoolmates starts coaching when they're in the university. Yeah, when we are studying, so just coaching kids or high school, secondary school, teenagers. Yeah, nice. And then I start at around 2016 or 2017, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's how long you've been coaching for?
Yeah, and keep coaching. Yeah,
nearly 10 years.
Yeah, nearly 10 years. And yeah, we know some teaching skills because we studied in the university and also how to say, and also so we will have some teaching skills, so and also have some connections, so that we get the offer from the mid school, from the high school to coach. Yeah, and this is how I start coaching.
Nice. And then an additional question just before you ask me a question. What's Hong Kong basketball like?
How is it like? Because there are no professional basketball. Professional means I'm not talking about the skill professional. I'm talking about the system of professional, like full-time basketball player. There's only one, which is the Hong Kong Bulls. Starting from one more, Eastern. Yeah, just two teams. They are like, if you have to pay tax, and your occupation is, you can say you're basketball players. From other, if you're playing other teams, you cannot say you are a basketball players. You can only say you are a freelance basketball coach or other jobs. Yeah, like fireman, like teachers, lawyer, doctor, something like that. Yeah, and in Hong Kong basketball, when I'm young, when it's in my teenagers, when I'm still a teens, because the social media is not as good as right now.
Mm.
Yeah, so people are just playing basketball, and parents are not really that supportive. Yeah, they are studying is the most important things, like the common Asia parents. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know that. And then, but I think in these 5 years, especially after the quarantine, after the COVID, and then a lot of parents are pushing their kids to play basketball. Yeah, the
Nice.
culture, not only basketball but sports. Yeah,
Nice.
and I think the media will, they also, because they're much more better, the media. I mean, more media, a lot of sports media. So we will also show up in the, I mean, kids players can show up in the media. Yeah, so a lot of the culture is more people are playing, more kids, teens are playing basketball right now. Yeah,
Nice. 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 Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Nice one. And like in terms of like how you guys play, are you very quick? Are you guys kind of more of a team players, systems, you love plays, or like what's kind of like the playing style?
Yeah, good question. I think more like we are more like in system, but the system is not really that system. Yeah, because we only have two. For example, even you're in the school teams, you only have two trainings a week. Just only two trainings a week, and and maybe if there's an exam period, well, we don't have the training. Yeah, so actually, mostly we have two trainings, and then so the after the training times, what we do is depends on the players. Yeah, they can go play, they can go training, or they can play other sports or study whatever they want to do. Yeah, so that's why that if we want to play in a high level, we need to be self-disciplined. Yeah, we need to train ourselves. And before that, we don't have a lot of trainers talking about the details of every movement, every skills. Yeah, and so so the people the most right now in the higher league, high division, high level league, and the skills are not that as I think the young kids have better skills, personal skills than the old guys right now. Yeah, the older player right now. Yeah, but basketball is not only about personal skills. We also about how you play, communicate, the awareness, how to play with your teammates, how to cooperate with your teammates, and these are the experience. Yeah, this, and also how you the mental stuff. Yeah, these are the experience. Yeah, and all the players are better on these things. Also their body, yeah, stronger, maybe quicker, faster. And the style of Hong Kong, I think I just now I said the system, because why are we playing system, more system? Because I know we are in before not in my young age, yeah, mostly we are playing zone defense. Yeah, zone defense only. Yeah, so when I'm in high school, I'm still playing zone defense only. After I get to the college, I get to the university, and then the defense changed to man-man. I need a time to, yeah, I need time to get through the change of defending system. Yeah. Also, you know, when first thing song, mostly we use the pass. Yeah, we use passing games to attack the weakness of the song.
Weakness, yeah.
Nice. So this is more like the culture, the style of Hong Kong playing, Hong Kong basketball.
Nice. I mean, if I was to obviously throw that question back on me, I'd say in the UK, we have strong similarities with American style of play. So I know I can speak for the kids in London, players in London. Love the ISO game. Sorry, not the ISO game. Love run and gun. So love playing fast breaks. We are quite athletic. We don't have that many shooters. So, but everybody can kind of like get up. If you're young, you can get up, or you're really quick. And if you're not quick, you're kind of a little bit witty. You don't have that many shooters, sadly. But yeah, like I'd say we're definitely on the rise in the UK. We're behind mainland Europe, and when I say mainland Europe, I'm talking about the likes of Spain. I'm talking about the likes of Germany, France. We're way behind them, but we're catching up. I think so. Like there's a lot of negativity with British basketball. There has been over the years in terms of coaching and approach to play and stuff, but slowly but surely, I think we're getting there. But I'd say mainly for me, especially coming from London, it's run and gun, up and down, a lot of athleticism. Yeah.
Yeah, in Hong Kong, I think it's similar, the situation, because we are catching up Taiwan and catching up China, Philippines, and Taiwan is catching up Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's similar. But what's the reason? Why do you think? What makes it? We need to catch up. Why?
So I'd say everyone talks about funding.
Yeah, funding. Yeah,
funding is one. I think also collaboration is another. Like in the UK, again, not to be so negative, but we don't see too many, well, we haven't seen too many collaborations over the years. I think now that's changing. People are starting to realize that they need to collaborate, they need to come together if they're going to develop as a coach, which then obviously translate to developing as teams and then as individuals, players. That's pretty much how it works. Like coaches are only going to get better if there's coach to coach development, if that makes sense. So there hasn't been a lot of that in the UK over the years. Now that's, we're starting to get that. So I'd say that's pretty much the two main things, funding and coach to coach development, which obviously filters down to the team, players, individuals. What about you? What about, the situation in Hong Kong? Like, why do you think you guys are so behind?
I think it's money. Money is one of the most the first thing is money. The second thing is the land. Land problem. Because in Hong Kong mostly are outdoors. But there are a lot of rainy days in Hong Kong. And we don't have a lot of indoors because in Hong Kong, not much land. Most land are used to build the buildings. And there are other usage. So, for example, if I want to make a basketball class in the indoor, I have to book the government's courts. And it's hard to find courts in Hong Kong. Indoor courts, and which means if we want to have indoor courts stably, consistently, we have to pay a lot of money.
Yeah, that's in the UK as well. I think there's a little bit of that in the UK as well.
But other than sports, if you want to earn money, I think doing other job is easier. Basketball doesn't make you have income, and in Hong Kong, in Hong Kong we need the price are high. Price are high. The income is not that high.
I get what you're saying. The wage for getting paid to play basketball is low. Is that what you're saying?
We don't have wage mostly for playing basketball. But I mean the wage for other occupation is much higher. So I know a lot of people, like, they're playing very well in primary school, but then they give up playing basketball and they say, "Oh, basketball doesn't mean anything." For them, okay. For them, they think that basketball doesn't lead them to earn money. They need money more than playing basketball. Yeah, they can still play, but they give up because the reality. Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
I think in this situation we lose a lot of good players, potential players.
Yeah.
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 And also the
That's awesome.
size of Hong Kong is actually quite small. And as I say, in youth development, we are still playing zone defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we know how to passing, but passing is it's easier to learn than your body skill, body movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is, and also the training hours. Yeah, a lot of reason. That's why we need to catch up. Yeah, a lot of reason.
Yeah. Yeah, very similar to the UK, I think, especially when you talk about court time as well.
Mhm.
That's something I struggled with. Like most of my individual development was on a playground. And now not everybody can play on a playground, especially in the UK because of the weather. Like I was playing in snow, I was playing in ice, I was playing in rain, I was playing in conditions that are actually quite dangerous. But that's the only way that I could get better individually, skill wise. Like everybody has different stories. Some kids are able to get into schools, but then that's not common. But yeah, these are all factors pretty much to why the UK is behind, mainland Europe, and I guess Hong Kong behind in Asia. So I wanted to quickly move on because I've actually got a client after this. So so again, we're good for time. It's just that I want to kind of get through kind of the main questions that we both had down. So we both had down what's our style of coaching. Now, I know obviously our camp is called the Modern Skills Clinic. It's a modern approach to training. Did you want to start first with this question, or did you want me to start answering this question first? Like, how did you want to?
I can say mine first. Yeah, I want to say mine first.
Yeah. So what's your style of coaching?
Yeah, my style of coaching, encouragement is the first thing. Yeah, I don't like blaming. Yeah, even though he's doing wrong, I'll give patience. I'll be patient and teach him step by step. Yeah. And also, I like the life drills.
Drills, yeah.
Even we're playing the fast break, for example, when I'm coaching kids in primary school, how to run a fast break system, and not the fast break system, just the league outs, how to trail. And I like to use the live games. I coach it through the full court 3-on-3, full court 4-on-4. I give them some situations and make them to remember and through playing. Yeah, I know some coach we train how to run through the 5 lines. Yeah, how to run and then run 100 times and then directly to 5-on-5. But I like to play some live game first. Yeah, some put them into some situation and mostly alive. Yeah,
nice. Nice. I'd say for me, very similar. Of course, my coaching service name is game-based training, so everything is game-based. Mainly, there are times where I've had to retract back to block drills, but then I won't say it's rare, but it would only be necessary if the situation requires it, if that makes sense. Oh gosh, there have been times whereby, there have been times whereby, I've had to use block, but then not for long, just maybe to introduce a concept or to kind of introduce a specific level of detail. Now, I played professional basketball, so I understand that there are small details, which creates big differences between average players and very good players. So in order to kind of shine light to those details, you may need to use block training, segments in training sessions. But yeah, like you mainly live, you're only going to learn so much from blocks. You have to go live. We have to put it in a game environment for you to develop. So Yeah, very modern. I like to be very creative with my drills. I do model after sort of likes of Coleman Ayers, Tyler Leclerc. Um, those are two main are my main kind of guys that I'm inspired by. I'm inspired by their work, and I'm always kind of taking bits and bobs and making it my own from them.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'd say yeah, that's pretty much my coaching style. Yes, like you, very modern. I don't really see a lot of game. Well, now I am, but before when I kind of got going, I wasn't seeing a lot of game based training approaches in practices. But yeah, like it's definitely been a game changer for me. Like that's how I got introduced to, well, how I got introduced to game based training was because I used it for myself. Like I'm pretty much a person whereby I've loved block reps. I've loved just repping things out. And then, yeah, fell into game based training philosophies during my professional career, and it drastically improved my stats. And then from then on, I was convinced, okay, this is the way forward. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So another thing I want to ask is how it helps you in professional. Yeah, how your yeah, you say your the style of training right now is helps you a lot of in professional career. Yeah, and how it helps, and also what's the difference? You think between the professionals and the amateur, and also the social basketball, three levels of basketball. What's the difference? Biggest difference?
So the first question you asked was, how did my training help me to become a professional? So how did the game based approach help me to become a professional?
Yeah. Game based approach. Yeah.
It's just the mere fact that I was able to get game like reps in a training
Mm-hmm.
session, which is what I needed. Like if you're going through block reps, you're not really doing the things, you're not really training at a game speed level. There's no live
Yeah.
defense. It's not live. You're not reading. You're not reacting. And
Yeah.
read and reacting and decision making are key attributes that happens in a game that you can't really replicate with block reps. So it's a thing whereby that those elements, reading, reacting, and decision making, were missing from my training. When I implemented those into my own individual training, that's when it was a thing whereby, oh wow, like now I'm training as if I'm in a game. And I was doing that constantly. And before you know it, I was used to always making reads, always reacting, always making decisions. And then when the game came on, I just naturally got better at those three things, which
Yeah.
radically transformed my game. And like I said, it improved my stats. Everything went up because I was just making clearer decisions. I was reacting better. I was playing a lot slower because I was reading the game better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then second question is, what's the difference between pro players and amateur players?
Yeah. Yeah. What's the biggest difference?
Biggest difference, so I spoke about it before, attention to detail.
Yeah.
There's a lot more detail with pros and how they play, how they train, how they act compared to amateurs. Amateurs is kind of like they just get good to get by. So if it's they scored, that's great. Whereas pros is like, okay, how they scored. Was it an easy shot? Was it a hard shot? How can I improve it? Stuff like that. Um, I'd say also pros get paid, amateurs don't. So that's the biggest
Yeah.
difference. um, I'd say lastly as well, when it comes to training, a lot of amateurs kind of they do come with a plan in terms of what they want to work on, but pros, everything is specific. You have to be
Yeah.
very specific with your training. Like amateurs, you can get away with, a couple of drills that they like and they enjoy, but necessarily doesn't translate to their game in a way.
Mm.
But pros is kind of like you have to be very specific with their development. They can't just train anyhow any given day. Like depending on the season they're in, it could be the off season, in season, pre-season,
They have
the
to
training
choose.
program. Sorry.
They have to choose.
Yeah. Training
Mm.
program does kind of reflect the season they're in their pro career. Like we can't just be doing anything we want, even if it's specific to their skill. They have to train in a specific way, yeah, depending on where they're at. So I think those are the two, well, 3, 4 main differences between pro and amateurs.
Yeah, and what's the the training quantity?
Quantity.
Yeah, like how much or how hard you train when it's in a professional career. Because when for my journey in professional teams, I see players are training so tough in the training camp, the preseason training camp. But then in the season, they are playing hard and training normal. They don't train so tough in the season because they have to travel to different cities. Yeah, and then they have a lot of rest and recovery in during the season.
The reason why I'm laughing is because you use the term training hard, and not everybody trains hard. not every pro trains hard. Some pros are just very gifted, and they only need to train. Okay, everybody needs to train, but they don't need to reach a threshold whereby it's uncomfortable sometimes. But I'd say, the preseason usually is quite tough. For vets, it's not as tough, but if you're new to the professional scene, you're a rookie, you definitely want to, prioritize your preseason. You want to get in, the best shape of your life. You want to hone down on the skills you need to develop. And then, usually during the season, it's all about your skills sessions, your practices are maintenance. Individuals, just maintenance. You don't really want to learn anything new because with learning comes a lot of mistakes, and you don't want to deflate your confidence during the season. You kind of want to keep your confidence really high going into games. A lot of your practices would be in the team, would be with plays and stuff. So it will just mainly be repetition without repetition. Yes, we'll do a lot of live stuff, but nothing to kind of shock the body, if that makes sense. Like everything is maintenance. So we've got 1 minute and 40 seconds. I'm gonna. Should we go for one more question? Should we go for one more question? Try and knock it out as quick as. Sorry.
Quick questions. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. Who's your favorite player?
Manu Ginobili.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
Mine, I'd say Kevin Durant.
Oh.
Yeah. I looked up to as much as he's had a very interesting career, but I looked up to him as a young kid. That's the guy that I aspire to be 6'11". I'm actually 6'4", so I'm 7 inches short. But Kevin Durant's my guy. We've run out of time, so it's been a pleasure talking to you. And yes, if you're watching this conversation, we are going to be in Hong Kong hosting the Modern Skills Clinic. If you'd love to sign up, do send us a message. Game-based training, CTLB _official on Instagram. And take care, guys. Thanks a lot.